President Trump signs a bill to end a partial government shutdown, but it almost came at the cost of national security. Good evening, and thank you for joining us. I'm Carlo Cicchetto.
I'm Marcella Lee. The Coast Guard was just hours away from a funding crisis, but tonight that bullet has been dodged. News 8's Alex Cheney joins us live with those details. Alex?
Yeah, it was really close to a really terrible situation for the U.S. Coast Guard. But President Trump did sign that Senate bill just after 3 o'clock today, which restores funding to most of the Department of Homeland Security. That's been without funding for 76 days, dating back to about February 14th. So a big day out there on Capitol Hill. It comes after the Trump administration had warned that temporary funds to pay TSA workers and other DHS personnel would soon run out, which includes the U.S. Coast Guard, which is actually the only military branch not to be in the Department of Defense. Coast Guard Commandant Kevin Lundy told CBS News in an exclusive interview that the Coast Guard owes over $300 million in unpaid obligations, with thousands of utility bills overdue, totaling $5.2 million. Duty stations and military housing situations were in flux worldwide, but now they should receive the funding that they need. It's going to start to put the Coast Guard back on track.
This will relieve pressure from the Department of Homeland Security. Secretary Mullen, who I've spoken to in the last couple of hours, will be greatly relieved. The President will, the administration will. We were not going to have lines at TSA. Everybody will get their paychecks now. We'll get moving forward.
Now, the bill does not fund ICE and Border Patrol, which Democrats refuse to support unless there were changes to those agencies. Instead, Republicans plan to fund those departments through a budget reconciliation process that does not need the support of Senate Democrats. And earlier today, I did reach out to the local branch, San Diego, of the U.S. Coast Guard for any sort of comment or anything they've been struggling with during the shutdown. They forwarded my request over to Washington, D.C. and the National Coast Guard. Reporting live, I'm Alex Cheney, News 8. Back over to you.